Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how we achieve this beautiful makeup. So we started by first cleaning the face thoroughly, then next we apply our vitamin C face serum, and also we applied a lip balm to make the lip very soft in order to be able to easily apply a lipstick. So right here we are still blending in the vitamin C serum. So that's the brand I use, Dr. Rachel. While still prepping the face, make sure it's all dried before you start applying the rest of your products, which is next we are going in with our face primer, and we are going to be using Stay Matte. Make sure you apply enough of the product. So this product is one of the best products have ever used. It's very easy to apply and not very expensive, very affordable. So you apply it on all the areas like you've seen, and make sure you apply it very well, especially the parts of the face that you know that they sweat more. Anywhere you know you sweat more, maybe your nose, your chin, just apply it very well. So next we are going in with our foundation. We are using the we are using honeycomb shade. So there was a mistake why displaying the shade I displayed olive, but I realized that it was actually honeycomb that I used. That was a mistake on my part, which is the reason why I'm doing this voice over instead of using the actual voice that is there in the video. So after applying, you make sure you wet your beauty blender first and squeeze out all the water before you start dabbing in your foundation, and dab it gently. Don't drag it, just dab. Like I repeat, no dragging, just dab, so that you won't have any kind of lines on your face. So you keep dabbing, dab all over the face, around your neck area, dab it everywhere. And please make sure you don't use too much foundation, just use little. Don't use too much, and make sure your foundation is well blended. So right, this foundation is one of the best I've used so far. I really like it. So we are going in with our blush. We are going in with our blush. Just apply a little, not too much, and make sure it doesn't spread. Oh, here is already spreading. Make sure it doesn't spread all over your cheekbone. And we are applying it at the upper part of the cheekbone, just like you're seeing. Just tap, 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 tap. And you can take it all the way up. While applying, you can take it all the way up. So I'm applying more because I like it when my blush pops. When it pops more, yeah. It's give me that vibe. Give me that vibe. But you really don't have to apply much so that you don't look like a masquerade. So you can apply all the way up, just a little, just the remaining blush that is on your foundation. It's not like you're adding more blush in your foundation to apply up. No, just the remaining one, the remnant that is on your on your foam, just apply it up. So here we are going in with our Concealer, we are highlighting the face, under the eye, the nose, your forehead, and your chin. So we are using V-Beauty concealer is what we are using. So you blend it in, and be careful so that it doesn't touch your eyes. This is the eye area, and you have to be really careful so that you don't tear up. Once you become teary, then that's another problem. So you have to be gentle, be as gentle as possible while blending in your concealer. You're going to do same thing with the other eyes. You blend it well in and keep blending until you have that flawless look. This V-Beauty concealer, right, is also one of the best and very cheap. Like, I mean, very, very cheap. It's less than, I think, 7,000 or 7,500 naira. Very cheap, right? And it does the job. It does the job. When I say it does the job, it does it. It gives you that full coverage that you want. So yeah, I'll recommend V-Beauty concealer for you. So you keep blending in, and make sure you blend it immediately. Don't let it dry. When concealer dries, it becomes difficult to blend. So I'll advise you to just apply your concealer and blend immediately, especially this dry season period. So right here, we are going to brighten the under eye a little bit more with a lighter shade of concealer. So here I'm using Avon concealer, a little bit lighter than the previous concealer I used, and we are just using little. You see the way I'm just punching it little, not much, not plenty, just small, just to brighten up the face a little bit more. So you keep dabbing in slowly like that, and you blend it all in. So now I've blended it. After blending it, you're going in with your foundation. Sorry, you're going in with your powder. So I prefer to use my powder first to highlight the places I concealed before going in with my setting powder. So once you use your powder first to brighten the under eyes, the areas you highlighted, it will be easy for you to like set the face without it getting cakey. So here we're going to be doing our contour. We are going to be let's snatch the nose. We're going to be snatching the nose. So you're using a darker powder. So you're going to use powder that is at least 2 shades darker than your color. 2 shades darker than your color to contour your nose to do your general contour, both the nose and other parts of the face that you're going to be contouring. You're using powder that is 2 shade, at least 2 shade darker than you. So while blending in, you have to be careful. You blend it small, as if you are barely touching the face, so that you don't create line. You don't create harsh lines on your face. So you see the way I'm blending it, it's almost as if I'm not even touching the face at all. So you have to be careful while blending, and make sure you blend it very well. So now we are doing the rest of the face contour. You see all those places I'm contouring. And please, why doing this contour, make sure you are touching, you're using just a little bit of powder. A little bit of powder. It doesn't have to be too much before you achieve your goal. It doesn't have to be too much. A little bit is enough to do the job. You see, it's barely showing. It's barely showing. So just little is okay, so that you don't paint your whole face. So now we are going to be setting the face with our Sacha setting powder. Once again, be very careful with your eyes, because if you tear up at this point, game over. You have to do extra work to patch it up. So just make sure you don't touch your eyes, so you don't begin to tear up. So all this setting powder looking like I'm applying a lot, we are still going to like dust them off later. So before drawing our eyebrow, we have to powder the brow so that it will be easy for you to draw your eyebrow, and you draw it on a dry surface, not creamy surface. And I am supposed to carve my eyebrow, carve it to give it a nice shape, but I did not carve it because I want the hairs to still be very full so that it can give me this perfect shape I want. So I'm still leaving the hairs to grow out more. So pardon me on that. But if you know that you are a beginner and you are not really good with brows, make sure you carve your eyebrow before drawing so that you can be able to follow the trace, the shape of your brow. But if you know you're already good with your brow, you really don't have to carve sometimes if you don't want to. But it's good to carve. It's it gives you this neat job, this neat finishing. But then again, no problem if you don't carve. So you start drawing your eyebrow from the corner. You start drawing your eyebrow from the tail. Then you start coming up gradually. Gradually. That is actually another technique of drawing eyebrow. There are different kind of technique to draw your eyebrow. The most important thing is you were able to draw your eyebrow. So I'm going to be using a black eye pencil to fill fill my eyebrow. You use your black eye pencil to draw the stroke, and it's not necessary it has to be black eye pencil. You can just use a darker shade of brown, or you still use, if you want your eye pencil to be very light, and here you can still use a lighter shade to still the same pencil you use to draw the shape. You use the same pencil to also fill the inside of the brow. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But some people like their eye pencil their eyebrow a little bit darker. So I like mine a little bit darker. That's why I'm using a black eye pencil to fill. And I'm only drawing stroke. I'm not shading. No. If I shade, it's going to be too dark, and I want my eyebrow to be as natural as possible. So I'm just drawing strokes. And make sure you do it nicely. You see, it's filled and it's fine. So you do the same thing for the other eye. Just draw strokes and make sure you are careful while drawing your stroke. So your stroke won't be taller than your brow. You get me? So we are going to be concealing our eyebrow. So I'm using same V Beauty concealer, the same concealer I used to highlight the face. Is the same concealer I'm using for the eyebrow. You use concealer that is 2 shade brighter than your color for both your highlighting and your the down part of your eyebrow. So you see that I'm not touching the outer parts of the eyebrow yet. I'm going to be blending in first before I conceal the outer part of the eyebrow. And I'm going to be using um a concealer that is exactly my shade for the outer part, of the brows and the upper part of the brow. So I want to do the other eyes first so that this concealer does not dry up. I want to do the other side first before I conceal the upper parts. So you blend. The reason why you are blending immediately is you don't want it to dry up. Once it dries, it will be very difficult for it to blend. So just blend it immediately to avoid any kind of difficulty. So we are ready to do the upper parts, the corner parts. We are doing the upper part of the brow. So with these upper parts, you really have to be careful. Oh, I cleaned out the tail of my brow. So we are going to be adjusting that later. But just be careful while doing that upper part so you don't enter into your brow. You see, the tail is no longer there. So we're going to be correcting that part later. Once again, you blend. Don't let it dry before blending. And make sure you are gentle with your blending. So we're going to be applying our eyeshadow primer for your eyeshadow base. I started the eyeshadow off camera. Sorry about that, but it's still the same process. Just apply your eyeshadow. So I'm using peach color for the eyeshadow. So right here, just a little gist for you about Nigeria. NEPA, AEDC. They decided to take the lights. Then I have to go to my room to use the natural brightness. Open my window wide to use the natural brightness, the reflection of the sun, to continue my video. So at this very point, Nigeria happened to me and I have to improvise. So I'm using a darker shade of brown mixed with black to define the eyeshadow, just to give it a little bit of So I'm using a new brush to blend the edges, to blend in the eyeshadow, as you can see, so that it doesn't leave any harsh lines. Now we are using our mascara. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Thank God I don't really tear while applying my makeup. If this happened to someone that is very teary, that person will just start crying. So you have to be very, very careful, especially around your eyes. So now we're going to apply our eyeliner, line the eyes, and be careful while at it, because this is the most crucial part where you can cry. See the way I'm being very, very gentle. So we've gotten to the part I like the most, which is my lips. So I'm using a darker shade of brown. I mixed two color, a little bit light brown and a dark brown, because I don't want the lip to be too dark. So I'm adding a little bit of pink. So I'm using a darker brown lip stain, like lip gloss, to highlight the upper part of the lip, just to give it that glow, that shine. And right now we are blending off those setting powder, all those setting powder, the excesses, we are blending them off. Now we are applying powder all over the face. Now blush, just a little, because you know we already applied blush, but I'm just applying a little just to brighten it up. Now I'm just blending it in, just blend in the blush, then take it all the way up. So here is Kiss Beauty Setting Spray. You don't have to take it very close to your face so that you don't soak your whole face. So you take it a little bit far from your face, see? Then you spray. Then you let it dry. Now we are going to be using our So Pro spray to lock it in, lock in the sweat, lock in the makeup, lock everything in. Why spraying this? Why doing this spray? Why using this So Pro spray? You have to hold your breath. If you don't hold your breath, if you mistakenly sniff it in, or more, you're in trouble. It's actually going to choke you. So you have to hold your breath while spraying. So here we are applying our bronzer, just a little bit, not too much. I personally don't like it when bronzer is too much. So you see, I'm very careful and very gentle. And you see the way I'm applying it and where I'm applying it. You're not spreading it all over your cheekbone. Just apply little. Very little. And this is the final result. So here I wore my wig off camera.